Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hot Drops. We are an entertainment-based podcast where we get together to discuss the hottest video games, movies, TV, anime, and everything in between. My name is Ashton. I'm one of your hosts, always accompanied by my co-hosts Josh and Dylan. What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Good. I'm nothing. I'm happy to be here.
Dang.
So this week we are doing another impressions of a anime this time. Actually, I think it's always not an anime, but we are going to be talking about The Great Pretender, which is a Netflix original anime that is, I think, fairly new.
Animated by
Wit.
I love that. I love that.
That was crisp.
Basically it's kind of just like, off the top, like basically about a couple of scam artists / con men. So Josh, do you want to start us off with your expectations, thoughts, hopes, fears, doubts?
Expectations. So I actually heard about this show. One of my coworkers, who I recently got her into anime. I forgot what I recommended at first, but she was like, she knew nothing about anime. And ever since I got her into anime, I think she's watched more than me. But she recommended me this one, and it was like a month or two before I even actually watched it. And I finally watched it, and it was so good. It was just, I don't know, like I did not know what to go into thinking into it, because the animes I watched before that were like Demon Slayer, Attack on, like just straight up shonens, just fighting, and then going from that to just con artists. I didn't know what to think, but this is like the best possible outcome for it, and Wit just doesn't let me down.
Honestly, I agree. I feel like it was like really entertaining and interesting, and like I didn't have like any like boring moments or anything. Dylan, thoughts, expectations?
Yes. I had not, I'm kind of out of the loop. You guys are definitely more into it than me, as far as like the news goes with that kind of stuff. But I never heard of it until you guys brought it up, and I just went in blind, obviously, and I watched episode 1 just today, and I really liked it. It's definitely not an anime style I've seen before. Even like quite literally to the art style, which I really loved. Like the aesthetic they got going on is very like pop arty, and a lot of things just stuck out. It was different. It was a nice change of pace, and I actually didn't know it was Wit until y'all said it. So that just makes it that much better. And even the story content, with like the baseline plot, the premise that I'm getting, like I said, never seen anything like it in anime, so I'm super interested in it.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that you said you hadn't even heard of it, because I had seen it like when it was brand new. Like I didn't watch it, but I like watched like the trailer real quick, and I remember being like, "Whoa, that's a lot." And I didn't want to watch it at first, but I'm glad that like we did this because I wouldn't have watched it otherwise, and I'm glad I watched it, and I'm actually kind of hyped to watch the rest of it, because it seems like really interesting. Like there's like a big story like that's coming that we haven't even like really like scratched the surface of. So yeah. So Josh, I guess we'll do likes and dislikes at the same time. Like, what did you like? What did you not like about?
There was just too much to like for me. Like the aesthetic, where they were very colorful with their colors. It kind of felt like just a painting the entire time to me, just with the way they animated buildings and stuff. Like everything just felt like one giant piece after piece. I can't really. I was gonna say the soundtrack, but I don't remember the actual. No, because they do have like a lot of like jazzy little like.
Dude, the soundtrack was sick, and at the end they had Freddie Mercury's
The
Great Pretender.
dope.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That one, I was so, my brain, like I stood up and I gave Wit like the biggest round of applause. Like they really got that song on this show. But the plot is just so different. Never experienced anything like it. And just like the scenes, the way they choreograph things, like, remind me where the first episode ended, just so I know, because I can't remember where it ended.
It ends where
it was at the Hollywood sign.
It basically, right? Yeah, it like basically ends where it began, as he's like hanging from the Hollywood sign, and Laurent and Abby are like looking up at him.
Yeah, which is actually super cool, because I thought when you see that in the beginning. I thought that's going to be like towards the end of the season or middle of the season, but I like how it kind of wrapped up right there, and then we're just on for the ride from now on.
Yeah, and just that whole scene introducing like the other con artist guy and his little protege, that was like when I finally caught on to what was happening, I was like, yo, they did not just do that to this boy. And just like stuff like that was just so, I don't know, just no other anime gives it to me. So that's about it though.
I really like it. I think it's very simple and surface level, but I really like how it's kind of like based in California.
That too.
It's really different for anime to me, and I like that it's dealing with like the guy, I forgot his name, but he's like in the movie mafia, which is super interesting to me. Like I want to know what's all about that. I will say that my biggest dislike, even though they address it and they kind of correct it, but even after they still kind of did it, was when they would speak English.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that's intentional.
I think it was because there were foreigners in Calif. No, because in the beginning they weren't in California, were they? In the very
they were in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was kind of weird. I don't know. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah,
I know this is probably a stupid question, but did you guys watch it in English or in Japanese?
Japanese.
Always Japanese.
Dude, yeah. Okay, so when my first watch through, I watched it again today, but the first watch through, I was like, I definitely am gonna watch this in Japanese because, like, I know Josh is gonna watch this in Japanese for sure. I wasn't sure about Dylan, but it was apparently like meant to be in English, and the English dub is horrific. Like, it's really it took away a lot from the show. I thought, like, it is much better in Japanese, and like I was told it was meant to be watched in English, and I was like, absolutely not. It is so much better in Japanese. Yeah, I definitely agree that, like, I thought that the color, like the coloring of everything was like really impressive and like made you want to like keep your eyes on the screen. Like it looked like all of those like anime aesthetic like snapshots. Like, I don't know, I would like hang paintings of stills from that show in my house. Loved the music of it, like it was so good. And I really just like enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed, like you said, like that like big reveal when you realize like what's been going on the whole time is like such a like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't notice that happening. I don't know, I thought it was really good. There really wasn't anything I didn't like. And like you said, Dylan, like I thought it was cool that it was based in California, because I feel like we very rarely get to see like where we live animated and like kind of glorified in a way.
Yeah, totally. I'll definitely continue to watch.
That was my next question, actually. Who will continue to watch? I think everybody, right?
Yeah. I would be lying if I said I haven't already continued watching, so
Yeah, fair. Anybody have any closing thoughts, feelings?
I think this will be one, obviously Josh will, and it sounds like, I mean, you too, but I feel like we should review this one, like, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to review this one. I haven't even seen that much more, but like I just, from what I've seen, it's just wit, man. They just know what they're doing when it comes to anime.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and like I feel like I almost don't even know what to expect coming forward, like, or like moving forward, because like I feel like you said, like you kind of get the backstory and like how we get to this point, and now it's like smooth sailing forward. So like we don't even really know like what the firm plot is going to be, but I'm really excited to see like where they go with it, because I think it's going to be like a story that like really like keeps you on your toes. As always, you guys can find us in Linktree on our Instagram. You can find us on Instagram at Hot Drops Pod. Most things are Hot Drops Pod. If you just type it in, you'll be able to find it. And everything's in our description on here, wherever you're watching it. So with that, see you guys next time.
Peace.